Welcome to the world of design styles, where creativity meets clarity. In today's AI-driven era, designers face a unique challenge, translating their aesthetic intuition into prompts that machines can understand. This video will guide you through 50 essential design styles every designer should know, helping you build a powerful visual vocabulary. Whether you're crafting UI, branding, or digital art, mastering these styles will elevate your creative conversations and make your prompts more effective. Let's embark on a journey to discover how style language bridges the gap between imagination and execution, setting the stage for smarter, more intentional design. Design styles are more than just categories. They're ecosystems shaped by culture, history, mood, and materials. When you learn the language of styles, you gain a sharper eye for trends, a powerful tool to direct AI output, and a precise way to brief collaborators. Style fluency isn't just about aesthetics, it's about elevating your creative process and making your ideas actionable. Whether you're working with generative AI, ideating UI directions, or pitching a brand refresh, understanding style language is key to successful design communication. Many designers find themselves stuck, not because they lack ideas, but because AI doesn't understand ambiguous prompts. The solution is a visual design vocabulary, a reference guide of styles that helps you write better prompts, create faster, and communicate more clearly. This guide was curated through research, conversations, and exploration, offering descriptions, core elements, and moods for each style. It's your playground for building visuals with intention and clarity. Neoclassical design is rooted in the grandeur of classical antiquity, reviving Greco-Roman ideals like order, symmetry, and refined elegance. It's often used in architecture and interiors, but now echoes in UI and brand design to communicate tradition and authority. Core elements include serif fonts, columns, laurel wreaths, marble textures, gold accents, symmetry, and muted palettes. The mood is formal, timeless, and noble, ideal for luxury brands, museums, heritage products, or academic publications. Baroque design is opulent, emotional, and dramatic. Emerging from 17th century Europe, it thrives on excess, ornamentation, grandeur, and a theatrical sense of movement. In digital design, Baroque appears in highly decorative interfaces or visuals meant to awe. Its core elements are flourishes, deep shadows, gold leaf, religious or mythological motifs, rich textiles, and high contrast. The mood is regal, ornate, and celebratory, making it perfect for event invitations, premium packaging, or lavish editorial designs. Aurora style is inspired by the northern lights, featuring flowing, iridescent gradients and dreamy abstractions. It's futuristic yet soft, often used in ambient digital designs or cosmic brand visuals. Aurora reflects a sense of wonder and fluid motion. Core elements include iridescent gradients, blur effects, soft glows, translucent overlays, and organic waveforms. The mood is dreamy, futuristic, and meditative, suitable for wellness apps, tech product launches, or spiritual themes. Ethereal design captures delicacy and transcendence, feeling weightless and otherworldly, like a design made of mist or light. This style emphasizes openness, airiness, and subtle beauty, often with soft pastels and faint textures. Core elements are light pastels, gauzy overlays, minimal serif fonts, low contrast, and feathered shadows. The mood is calm, mystical, and romantic, working beautifully for spiritual brands, high fashion, or mindfulness interfaces. Filigree is a decorative art style characterized by intricate and delicate ornamentation, usually in gold or silver. In design, it translates to fine linework, lacy embellishments, and regal patterns that add an old-world luxury appeal. Core elements include delicate line patterns, metallic inks, curves, lace textures, and monogram fonts. The mood is luxurious, vintage, and ceremonial, making filigree perfect for heritage branding, editorial layouts, or luxury packaging. Acanthus style is rooted in classical architectural ornamentation, inspired by the acanthus plant's foliage. Commonly seen in Corinthian columns and decorative arts, it symbolizes endurance and elegance. In design, it's used for adding a natural yet regal decorative flourish. Core elements are leaf motifs, flowing curves, symmetrical vines, stone textures, and natural greens and golds. The mood is regal, organic, and classical, suitable for wedding invites, art museum branding, or premium product design. Anthropomorphic design gives human traits to non-human forms, objects, animals, or even UI elements. It adds playfulness and relatability, helping users emotionally connect with the design. Often used in mascots, illustrations, and storytelling interfaces, its core elements are expressive eyes, limbs on objects, character-based icons, and rounded friendly shapes. The mood is fun, quirky, and friendly, making it great for children's products, gamified UX, or approachable branding. Pixel art is a nostalgic style that harks back to early computer and video game graphics. Each image is built with visible pixels, creating a retro yet playful aesthetic. It's highly stylized and instantly communicates a love for the analog-digital era. Core elements are grid-based visuals, low-res icons, limited color palettes, and an 8-bit 16-bit look. The mood is nostalgic, geeky, and fun, ideal for indie games, retro-themed events, or creative portfolios. Conceptual sketch mimics rough hand-drawn sketches, often used in ideation or artistic branding. It emphasizes spontaneity and imagination over polish, giving a behind-the-scenes raw creative feel. Core elements are pencil ink lines, cross-hatching, grayscale tones, annotations, and sketch paper texture. The mood is experimental, informal, and idea-driven, perfect for portfolios, design journals, or brainstorming tools. Luxury typography relies on refined letterforms to exude elegance and class. It often pairs minimalist layout with expressive serif fonts or custom logotypes, allowing typography alone to carry the brand identity. Core elements include serif fonts, high letter spacing, gold foil, monochrome palettes, and bespoke ligatures. The mood is elegant, elite, and timeless, best for luxury fashion, beauty brands, or high-end editorial design. Pandy fuses Japanese minimalism with Scandinavian functionality, focusing on simplicity, craftsmanship, and nature-inspired serenity. In UI, it translates into calm, decluttered interfaces with neutral tones and soft curves. Core elements are light woods, beige-gray palettes, clean sans serif fonts, minimal icons, and natural materials. The mood is calm, peaceful, and intentional. Ideal for lifestyle brands, home decor, or meditation and wellness apps. Memphis design is bold, loud, and unapologetically fun. Originating in the 1980s, it throws rules out the window with geometric shapes, high-contrast colors, and abstract patterns. It's playful, rebellious, and full of attitude. Core elements are squiggles, bright primaries, grids, clashing colors, block shapes, and cartoonish motifs. The mood is youthful, quirky, and anti-establishment, great for creative brands, event posters, or retro fashion. Bohemian design embraces artistic freedom and earthy charm. It's eclectic, globally inspired, and layered with patterns, textiles, and natural elements. In digital spaces, it evokes free-spirited lifestyles and wanderlust. Core elements are rich textures, mandalas, jewel tones, ethnic prints, script fonts, and organic materials. The mood is free, soulful, and eclectic, ideal for handmade products, travel brands, or artisanal markets. Shabby chic combines vintage charm with feminine elegance, often showcasing distressed finishes, florals, and pastel tones. The aesthetic is lived in yet curated, offering soft nostalgia. Core elements are whitewashed textures, faded florals, cursive typography, lace, and soft pinks and blues. The mood is romantic, cozy, and nostalgic, common in weddings, vintage boutiques, and home decor. Cottagecore is a romanticization of rural life, rooted in simplicity, nature, and slow living. It often uses handmade textures and vintage rural motifs. Farmhouse adds a rustic American countryside twist. Core elements are florals, gingham, wood textures, antique finishes, and serif or hand-drawn type. The mood is cozy, nostalgic, and wholesome, perfect for lifestyle blogs, recipe sites, or rustic home brands. Victorian design is grand, elaborate, and deeply ornate, stemming from the aesthetics of the 19th century British monarchy. It reflects wealth, refinement, and a love for detail, often used today for vintage or historical storytelling. Core elements are ornate serif fonts, damask patterns, deep reds and greens, gilded frames, and heavy florals. The mood is opulent, historical, and romantic, ideal for book covers, tea brands, vintage fashion, or museum events. Art Deco is sleek, geometric, and sophisticated, born from the glamour of the 1920s. It combines streamlined modernism with luxurious materials and symmetrical patterns. Core elements are gold accents, sunbursts, symmetry, angular shapes, rich jewel tones, and sans serifs with flair. The mood is glamorous, upscale, and jazzy, perfect for luxury brands, cocktail events, or retro-modern interfaces. Art Nouveau is nature-inspired, fluid, and highly decorative. It celebrates organic forms, especially floral and botanical, and appears elegant and expressive. Common in poster design and decorative illustration, its core elements are curving lines, floral motifs, hand-lettered type, earthy palettes, and stained glass patterns. The mood is romantic, poetic, and organic, best for artistic brands, natural cosmetics, or artisan packaging. Mystical Western is a fantasy fusion of cowboy westerns and occult mysticism, blending desert iconography with celestial symbols. It's rugged yet spiritual, a trending aesthetic across indie brands and metaphysical themes. Core elements are tarot symbols, cacti, western serif fonts, sun-moon motifs, earthy tones, and leather textures. The mood is mystical, rugged, and folklore-driven, great for crystal shops, tarot apps, or moody music visual. It embraces bad taste in an ironic, humorous way, using exaggerated or sentimental visuals from pop culture. It leans into over-the-top patterns and saturated palettes. Core elements are clashing prints, outdated fonts, shiny plastic textures, retro advertising visuals, and excess. The mood is campy, fun, and ironic, ideal for parody work, Gen Z fashion, or nostalgic remixes. The Y2K aesthetic is inspired by late 1990s and early 2000s tech culture, mixing cyberfuturism with millennial pop culture. Think metallics, gradients, and digital gloss. Core elements are chrome textures, pixel fonts, metallic finishes, iridescent gradients, and matrix grids. The mood is futuristic, nostalgic, and edgy, best for fashion branding, tech revival themes, or throwback interfaces. Bauhaus is functional, geometric, and minimal, rooted in the German design school of the 1920s. It favors form follows function and uses basic shapes and primary colors. Core elements are grid systems, sans serif fonts, red-blue-yellow palette, circles, triangles, squares, and minimal text. The mood is rational, structured, and modern, great for architecture, product design, and clean brand systems. Brutalism in design is raw, bold, and purposefully unrefined. Borrowed from architecture, it rejects polish for stark functionality and visual honesty. In digital, it breaks UI norms to stand out. Core elements are monospaced fonts, grayscale palettes, harsh edges, solid blocks, and default buttons. The mood is bold, disruptive, and honest, ideal for artist portfolios, experimental interfaces, or counterculture brands. Cybercore is a high-tech, hypermodern style drawing from hacker aesthetics, sci-fi, and the underground internet. It's visually complex and packed with futuristic iconography. Core elements are neon lights, glitch effects, code patterns, green-black themes, and text symbology. The mood is futuristic, chaotic, and dystopian, great for tech events, hacking culture, or gaming visuals. Synthwave is a retro-futuristic style inspired by 1980s sci-fi and synth music. It romanticizes a neon-lit future from a past era. Think Tron meets Blade Runner with a pink-purple glow. Core elements are grid horizons, VHS textures, neon gradients, 3D chrome type, and purple and cyan palettes. The mood is retro-futuristic, vibrant, and dreamy, ideal for music visuals, arcade interfaces, or nostalgia apps. Vaporwave is a surreal, satirical style that critiques consumerism while celebrating 80s-90s nostalgia. It mixes classical statues with glitch art, Japanese characters, and retro software interfaces to create dreamlike visuals. Core elements are pastel pinks and purples, VHS glitch, Greek busts, MS Paint elements, Japanese text, and lo-fi textures. The mood is ironic, dreamy, and nostalgic, ideal for indie music, visual art zines, or anti-establishment design. Pop art draws inspiration from mass media, advertising, and comic books. It's bold, colorful, and meant to grab attention. Originating in the 1950s-60s, it blurs the line between high art and popular culture. Core elements are benday dots, bold outlines, primary colors, Comic Sans, or display fonts, and speech bubbles. The mood is loud, fun, and energetic, great for pop culture campaigns, retail packaging, or fashion visuals. Bento UI is a trend in interface design that presents content in neatly organized, block-like sections, like compartments in a bento box. It makes complex layouts feel digestible and modern. Core elements are rounded modular blocks, subtle shadows, icons with labels, micro-animations, and neutral palettes. The mood is organized, friendly, and clean, ideal for dashboards, portfolios, or productivity tools. Graffiti design is rebellious, raw, and rooted in street culture. It's loud and expressive, often using urban textures and hand-painted type. It conveys energy and social voice. Core elements are spray paint textures, dripping letters, concrete backgrounds, neon colors, and freestyle typography. The mood is urban, defiant, and expressive, best for streetwear brands, music festivals, or youth-centric campaigns. Tenebrism is a painting technique that uses dramatic lighting and intense contrast between light and dark. In visual design, it creates depth, drama, and emotional weight. Core elements are high-contrast chiaroscuro, black background, spotlighting, and oil textures. The mood is intense, emotional, and moody, ideal for Gothic art, storytelling visuals, or cinematic posters. Gothic design is rooted in medieval architecture and dark romanticism. It's characterized by pointed arches, dark color palettes, and ornate lettering. It evokes mystery and spiritual depth. Core elements are blackletter fonts, stained glass textures, stone motifs, and deep purples and blacks. The mood is dark, dramatic, and historic, perfect for fantasy book covers, music posters, or alternative fashion. Pointillism is a painting technique using small dots of color to form an image. In design, it brings texture, detail, and a sense of movement or grain. Core elements are dot clusters, optical mixing, pastel or impressionist palettes, and fade transitions. The mood is artistic, textured, and tranquil, great for fine art branding, creative editorials, or educational content. Mixed media blends multiple visual styles and techniques, photography, illustration, textures into one cohesive piece. It adds layers and depth, often evoking experimental or tactile storytelling. Core elements are cutouts, overlays, analog plus digital collage, hand-drawn plus photo elements, and paper textures. The mood is eclectic, expressive, and avant-garde. Ideal for magazines, experimental branding, or art education. Steampunk fuses Victorian aesthetics with industrial-age machinery and sci-fi fantasy. It celebrates retrofuturism with gears, brass, and corsets, all stylized in a mechanical world. Core elements are copper tones, cogwheels, leather, top hats, serif type, and steam and smoke motifs. The mood is adventurous, vintage futuristic, and imaginative, works well for games, books, or cosplay-related visual. Kawaii is the Japanese culture of cuteness. It's childlike, cheerful, and full of charm. Designs often feature adorable characters with simple features, soft colors, and positive vibes. Core elements are pastel colors, rounded icons, baby faces, blushing cheeks, and handwritten type. The mood is sweet, innocent, and joyful, great for stationery, kids' products, and whimsical branding. Coquette design is ultra-feminine and flirty with vintage undertones, drawing from early 2000s romantic aesthetics. Think lace, bows, soft filters, and love letters. Core elements are baby pinks, pearls, ribbon motifs, dainty serif fonts, and heart shapes. The mood is delicate, girly, and nostalgic, ideal for beauty brands, fashion reels, or romantic lifestyle blogs. Surrealism breaks the boundaries of logic and realism, thriving on dreamlike juxtapositions, abstract logic, and fantastical elements that challenge the viewer's sense of reality. Core elements are collage, disjointed objects, melting forms, metaphors, and unexpected scale. The mood is dreamy, unsettling, and thought-provoking, best for concept art, experimental visuals, or literary design. Utilitarian design is function-first, clean, and direct, prioritizing clarity over aesthetics. It often has a rugged military-industrial feel. Core elements are grid layout, monospaced or industrial fonts, muted tones, and absence of decoration. The mood is practical, minimal, and efficient, used in manuals, signage, utility apps, and technical interfaces. Mid-century design is inspired by the 1940s-60s, emphasizing form, function, and organic simplicity. It blends bold geometry with warm textures and modern optimism. Core elements are clean lines, retro colors, boomerangs, mod patterns, and sans serif fonts. The mood is nostalgic, modernist, and optimistic, great for furniture branding, lifestyle blogs, or editorial layouts. Scrapbook design mimics the handmade feel of collaging memories. It's personal, layered, and nostalgic, using tape, torn edges, and handwritten notes. Core elements are paper textures, washi tape, Polaroid frames, hand lettering, and stickers. The mood is sentimental, warm, and nostalgic, ideal for journaling apps, memory branding, or school projects. Neo-Fruitiger Arrow is a Y2K revival substyle mixing glossy UI elements, rounded sans serifs like Fruitiger, and bubble-like gradients. It's clean, futuristic, and retro at once. Core elements are aqua blues, semi-transparent bubbles, gloss overlays, friendly icons, and rounded UI. The mood is futuristic, nostalgic, and clean, perfect for tech, playful fintech, or Web3 brands. Dark Magic Academia blends gothic academia with mysticism, like Harry Potter meets a cult. It's dark, intellectual, and full of symbolism. Core elements are candles, spellbooks, antique etchings, black gold palette, and serif calligraphy. The mood is mysterious, scholarly, and magical, great for fantasy games, book clubs, or witchy brands.